Both science and Indian values. That's what we need. Those two things put together are a powerful force for good in the world.
This year, a computational chemist is in luck.
This is the International Society for Computational Biology.
For Mary Jo Ondrechen, the calendar makes walking in two worlds a bit easier.
Fortunately, this year I don't have to choose between my tribe's powwow and the conference because my reservation is just south of here.
The Ganawage Reserve is on the St. Lawrence River in Quebec, where Mary Jo can dance in grand entry.
The annual powwow is called Echoes of a Proud Nation. I wear the flag.
Mary Jo's mother is from here, and like AISES, it feels like home.
I think I've been involved with AISES for about 30 years.
So did you go to a conference?
Yes, and I was blown away. My two worlds came together.
Mary Jo's been on the faculty at Northeastern University in Boston for 44 years.
Written out by hand.
While her dissertation can seem like a throwback, Dr. Ondrechen's research group of 14 does leading-edge science.
Terminal histidine. We're working on vaccine production, RNA production, how enzymes function, and how to engineer them. That's the big expense of vaccine production and time. So a better polymerase would mean cheaper vaccines that are produced faster.
Her team did research on the first strain of the COVID-19 virus, and it made use of artificial intelligence years before AI was a thing. With Mary Jo, there's extraordinary headspace.
A friend who is learning to spell. The A is for ape.
Just listen to literally full books of Dr. Seuss.
The M is for mouse, the R is for rat. I know all the 26 letters like that.
There's also a lot of heart.
Mom was a great influence in my life. She told me I could do anything.
Mary Jo is establishing a large AISES scholarship in the name of her mother, Jacqueline. This follows years of sponsoring Sequoia student fellowships anonymously without fanfare.
In Indigenous people, right, we have this value of reciprocity. So as you come through AISES, it's not about what you get, it's about what you give. And so I think Mary Jo is a perfect example of what we mean when we say AISES is a family through her actions.
Mary Jo's example was the inspiration for the AISES Rainbow Talking Circle.
We recognize the Two-Spirit people and that they're welcomed at AISES.
The initial spark came a decade ago as a quiet leader was just giving back.
During the Sequoia breakfast, Mary Jo had announced that her and her wife were going to give a Sequoia to a deserving student, and it was like a big deal.
In a past role as AISES board chair, Mary Jo is most proud of hiring Sarah Echohawk as president and producing more Indigenous STEM faculty through the Lighting the Pathway program.
We now have over 25 Indigenous faculty members that came through that program. So it has been a great success, and we owe that to Mary Jo.
PhD, graduate school, research, it's a mental game, right? There's highs, there's lows, and you need those mentors there for you. I'm eternally grateful to Mary Jo.
It's ironic that one of Mary Jo's Lighting the Pathway students ended up working right next door.
Oh, Jesse's outstanding. Jesse's phenomenal.
And when newly hired assistant professor Jesse Peltier gives a tour of his brand new lab, it must feel like a touchdown for Mary Jo Ondrechen.
When I worked on the first Pathways proposal, I didn't do it for myself or my own department, my own university, but when you put the good medicine out there, it comes back to you. To see this exceptionally talented young Native man come and join me on the faculty is a beautiful thing.